but last time I recorded Getting Started Right call, for some reason it never recorded, even though it said it was. Hopefully this will work. But either way, so that's what this call is all about. So any questions you have about anything that you did this week from any of the assignments, so we did, what were all the assignments this week? I don't remember off the top of my head, but we did, I know your first post, we did the checklist, we did the vital behaviors, I think. We did the online office, went over everything in the online office, and I forgot what else I trained you guys on. But every week there's going to be a couple new topics. So I want you guys to be like, confident in the stuff you're learning along the way, and hoping that these calls on Sunday nights will be like a good end to last week and kickstart to next week. That's like the idea of these calls. So does anybody have questions about anything at all from last week? And do you know like what you should be doing daily?
Okay, can you review what we should be doing daily? So I did the first 6 assignments that Stephanie put me in, just doing like the post, like the recipes, starting to add people,
Right.
All of that information, and that's what I started with. So now to continue to follow up, what should I be doing specifically?
To follow up with specific people, you're saying? Or you're just saying in with specific people? Okay.
Yeah.
So you did post and people liked it, commented or something like that, you're saying? Okay, right. And what to do now after you've already sent them messages?
So now I was talking with Stephanie. She was kind of...
Stephanie who? Who's your coach?
Stephanie Pucci.
Okay.
She's under there as like Stephanie Annie, I think.
Yeah.
She was kind of helping me with the language and stuff like that. So I'm still working on kind of saying, the right thing to get people, to join with me.
And that's a learning process. But there is a script that we posted in the group, in our training group that you're in, that gives you like ideas of what to say. And following up is so important. So like if you left it off with somebody and they didn't commit, or they said, yes, send me the link, and they didn't order, like I follow up like every couple days. Like, hey, just checking in to make sure like our group is going to get started soon. Did you get to order yet? Like if they had the link, even if I obviously like I know they didn't, but that's what I'll say. Or I'll say, hey, I have 2 spots left and I'm closing up the group. Did you want one of the spots? Or I have a spot saved for you, based on what you told me that you wanted it. Or I'll say like, something like that. But it is important that you keep a list of all the people.
Yeah,
and then, what? What? I can't hear you. Your belly does not hurt. No, it doesn't. Go. Stop, Al. My belly hurts. So, she couldn't even say it with a straight face. She was like this. My belly hurts. So, for daily behaviors, really, really, really important. Like, so many new coaches that I've had throughout all these years will be like, yeah, it's really not for me. Like I posted and I didn't get anything, like one post. Like, do you think that us coaches that have built this business built it from one post? Because if that's the case, trust me when I tell you there'd be a lot more millionaires out there. It is so much harder than doing one post. And I think that we've made it pretty clear that this business is not something that's like an overnight success. It's not something that you're going to know if you're good at or not good at from one post. Okay. So you need to do these daily behaviors every day. And the checklist we gave you is like, I don't know if you guys saw Liz's video about the checklist, that it goes over each of the things in the checklist so you understand, because I know some of it is like language that maybe you don't know what it means, which is good. She's showing it to you right there. There's a walk, jog, and run option. The actual link to that is also in our training group. You all should have that printed. If you don't, you should print it tonight for this following week and be using it every single day. So you have a choice with this business, right? If you're already in the training, we know that you want to be a business building coach, or you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be on this call. You wouldn't be spending your time and energy in our training group, right? So you're going to be a business building coach. There is nothing wrong with choosing a slower pace to build your business based on how busy your life is, or based on your desires, whatever it is. So you have 3 choices with the trackers. There's walk, jog, or run. Those are your 3 paces that you can choose from. If you're planning to make this a 6-figure business in the next year or 2, you have to be on the run tracker, right? If you are just trying to make extra money for like gas or your kids' swim lessons and that's it, then by all means you could be on the walk tracker. And there's nothing wrong with that. But whichever one it is, you need to print it out and you need to be doing it every single day. Like, period, end of story. That's what builds this business. That consistency. If you go look at my Facebook or Instagram, you will not see one single day that is missed ever. Not one day will I ever not do a post. Never. Some days are about building the business and getting coaches. Some days are about filling my challenge group and sharing transformation pictures. Some days are just about sharing my life so people are connected to me being a girl mom, me being in New York City, us having a beach house, whatever it is. But there will never be a day without a post that is thought out and put there for a reason every single day, because that's what my business is, right? I'm consistent no matter what. Like, I'm a product of the product. I have my shake every day. I do my workout every day. I do, the vital behaviors. Those are the things you need to make sure that you're doing every single day, which is being a product of the product. Do you guys know the vital behaviors? What else are they? Be a product of the product.
Who watched my video?
Anybody, raise your hand or just call it out. Product of the product is one, yes. Carolina. I don't know if that's how I pronounce your name. Tell me.
It's inviting.
Yes, inviting.
Recognition. And
recognition.
Personal development.
And what? Personal development.
Personal development.
So those are the things you should be doing every day. And just to get it all in, like the way that I do it so that I can't skip anything really is like I wake up before I even like look at the world. I do my personal development. I literally, the first thing I ever do, and I highly suggest this to you guys. I'm going to show you. I'm in my bedroom right now. Next to my bed, I keep the 5-minute journal. So as soon as I wake up every morning, literally as soon as my alarm goes off, this is the first thing that happens. And it's literally just a book that has like a positive quote. So this, for instance, this one says, until you value yourself, you will not value your time. Until you value your time, you will not do anything with it. It's just like a thoughtful quote. Then you put 3 things you're grateful for. You put 3 things that would make today great. And then you put an affirmation. That's it. Then I close this, put it away, and then I take my Kindle and I read for 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. That's it. I set a timer on my phone and I read for 10 minutes. Now my personal development is done. Then I work out. I have my shake. I have my energize. I have my recover. That's all being a product of the product. That's my personal development. Now I have to do my inviting and my recognition, which are things that I do every day no matter what. And your inviting doesn't have to be like, it could be, you do a post that's saying like, I just did a post like on Facebook, just a really simple like post that's just words about joining my challenge group. And it's about like, I get it. It's summer. It's hard to stay on track with a meal plan or a workout. It's harder to feel like crap every day. I know. I've done it both ways. I swear it's totally possible to enjoy the rest of your summer and also feel effing amazing. New group starts next Monday. Get in, okay? That's it. That's my post. And I have somebody saying awesome results. Which program? So that's a post there that's going to invoke a lot of invites. Now, everyone that likes and comments on that post, I'm going to send a message. That's going to be like, hey, girl, thanks for the love on my post. Any interest in joining the next group? And that one message, that one post could wind up now being 100 invites, right? And recognition is as easy as, saying congrats to like one of your challengers that lost their first pound. Or if you have a new coach, they're like, the first post that they did. Anything that you could think of to give someone recognition, that's it. That's, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be something serious or big at all. So, those are the 4, like, even if you want to break it down simpler than the tracker, those are the 4 things that you need to be doing every single day. Period. But the tracker is key because it gives you like actual details of stuff so that you can't really leave anything out. Based on how quick you want your business to grow. Get it? Does anybody have any other questions? Did that answer your question, Danielle? Yeah. Does anybody have any other questions from anything from this week or anything at all? For some reason I can't hear you. Your name, it says, okay, good.
It's Britt, sorry.
Britt? Okay. Hi, Britt.
I have, I get a lot of people very interested, and then their very first question to me is, how much does it cost? Like literally, and then they go radio silent.
Okay.
So
what do you say? How about, that's my question. When they say how much
what
does it
do I say back? I give them, the options, and depending on
what exactly do you say back? Tell me. Like say, okay, you're telling me this and I'm saying how much, and now what do you respond?
I just say there's a lot of different options, and then like for instance, if they already have Beachbody on demand versus if they want to get in my Lit Forward group versus like where they are. So I kind of ask them a question back, like, have you heard of Beachbody 21-day fix? Yada, yada. And then sometimes I'll get, oh yeah, I have Beachbody on demand, but I haven't played it in 3 or 4 months or whatever, things like that. So I'm like, okay. So then I kind of go through the process of like, you'd have, well, this program particularly, you would need to do X, Y, and Z and get the shake, sign up for the Challenger pack, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like I give them way too much information probably.
Right.
But also, most of the people that I'm in contact with are just like me. So that's what I wanted to know right away. So I thought it was not expensive at all, but I feel like everyone thinks it's super expensive.
Right. So it definitely has to do with how you say things, right? And it's good that you're saying you thought it was not expensive at all, because I think that comes across a lot when people are afraid to share the price. And now you might start to be getting afraid to share the price because you keep getting people to say no, or, however this is happening. So you need to always remember that it's a great price. Like, don't forget that, because that'll come across where you're like afraid. And then, that you want to be confident in what we're selling is so freaking cheap for what it is. It's not even funny. Like, I don't even know. Like,
and then two of the people that signed up right away were like, oh yeah, it's a no-brainer. So
right. So it really does. A lot of it does have to do with your wording and stuff. And of course you're going to learn a lot, like throughout just trial and error, but definitely keeping it simple, definitely asking a question right away. So if someone says to me right away, like, what's the price? The first thing I'll do is also ask a question like, okay, well, let's talk about your goals. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, do you want to lose weight? Like, are you, whatever. And they'll say, yeah, I want to lose 20 pounds, right? Let me just like run through an example. They say, I want to lose 20 pounds. I'll say, okay, well, do you have allergies or injuries? I always ask that because you want to get rid of like, oh, I can't have a shake because I'm allergic to it, right? You know this already before. Do you have allergies or injuries? Obviously, you need to know if they have injuries. Like for Lit 4, that's not for someone that has injuries really necessarily, right? So you just need to like ask those questions, and they'll say no. And I'll say, okay, well, do you feel like you want to start with just nutrition, or do you think that you're really going to fit it? Realistically, are you going to fit workouts in at home, right? Because now we have the nutrition only option, and I don't want someone to sign up for a workout program that's never really going to do it. I'd rather them start with 2B Mindset and let them start to get results, and then maybe they'll add in workouts later. So I'll ask those 2 questions, find out what the best fit is, and then I'll say, okay, I think the best program for you is, based on that, this new nutrition program that I am obsessed with. I lost 11 pounds in my first month. You get access to the videos. It's basically like working with a nutritionist, and it's amazing, right? And I'll end it with a question of some kind, like, how does that sound good? Question, or something like, how does that sound? And you'd be like, oh, that sounds amazing and whatever. Or they'll like ask more questions. And then I'll always, whenever you actually give the price, I give the list of everything they get before. So if they're like, okay, well, how much is it? I say, okay, so you'll get access to all the videos from the nutritionist, which are, forever. You'll get access to our private group, which helps you with recipes and struggles and successes, and we, cheer each other on. You'll get access to me for one-on-one help whenever you need it. And you'll get 30 shakes. The price is $160, $180, $170, whatever it is. And then go from there. So then they'll say yes or no or whatever they say. And then, if they're like, oh, that's great, I'll say, okay, give me your email and your favorite. I've heard people do like, give me your favorite shake flavor, ice cream flavor. And then they'll give them like chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry. So they don't, just to like simplify it even more. So try that. Does anybody else have any questions?
I do.
Yes.
So I've been posting every day.
Okay.
I've gotten a lot of likes from friends who have absolutely no interest in joining the business. They're not interested in learning about it. They're just saying, go Sharon.
Okay.
What else do I do? Because I'm not I don't have a spouse to sign up. My kids don't need it. I don't know what to do now because I want to push forward with this, but the responses that I'm getting, it's just, yeah, go. You go, girl. You're going great.
Right. So you just need to be building your network. Like if your network right now isn't joining, you need to be building your network, which is like using Instagram, searching hashtags that feel like your audience, right? Whatever that may be. Like for me, it would be like,
yeah, I've been doing that. Like some of the
that takes time. You have to do that. And then when you find people that you feel like are like your people, make sure you're like liking, commenting, send them a message about like something they were wearing or something that's not to do with any of this. And like put them on a list and make sure you're like forming a relationship with them. Those are going to be like your next people. They're going to be your clients. They're going to be your coaches. They're going to be your people. Like, so that's the way that you have to build. Like most people, a lot of people don't start with like their warm market wanting to join. Many people don't. Some people do, and they'll get a couple of months out of that, but it always ends. Like you always need to be building your network. So some people just have to build it right in the beginning, and there's like nothing wrong with that. You know, just make sure that you're like, once you find those hashtags that work, keep them, make them on a list, you know, put them on a list and use them for all your posts, and then search them every day and, you know, follow, like, comment on people's thing and start to build, and make sure that you're sharing, like, your posts and stuff are valuable. Like people want to like come to you because they're like, oh, she has good recipes, or she's sharing like something motivational, or she's sharing something that is going to make them want to follow you, not just like a sweaty selfie, you know, whatever tips and tricks that you're learning. We're all learning tips and tricks, right? Whether it be like drink more water, eat more veggies, ways to like eat your veggies that actually taste good, right? Or it's like ways to like bring your lunch with you to work, or that are healthy, or ways to save money or time prepping. Like we're all learning that stuff every day. Just share it naturally. Just share that stuff. Like I do that all the time. Like, oh, I found this bag stir fry kit. Like that saves moms that are busy so much time and energy. It's already cut. It's already clean. You put it in the pan for 2 minutes. It's an array of vegetables, and it comes with the sauce that on our meal plan is totally allowed. Add the sauce, and everyone in the family will like it because it tastes so much better than like a steamed vegetable. That's like a 2-minute post. People are going to come to you. Now you're like a person that has valuable stuff that's going to save them time and money and keep them healthy, right? So those type of things along like in your life that you like, oh, I got this headband, I love it. Like people follow me for that stuff. Like I share all that stuff. So like you just have to become that person to your network, you know? And then eventually, even if they had no desire in the beginning to sign up with you, eventually they probably will. Believe me, that's what happens.
Okay.
Can I show, am I muted? Sorry. Can I show you an easy way to keep track of people that you want to, for Instagram, that you want to like, that you want to build your business with? Like say you like see a post and you're like, oh my God, she would be awesome on my team or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys can see my phone. Kind of, sort of. Okay. So this is a picture of a girl. She's actually my neighbor. You see this little flag right here? It's like a bookmark. So I'm going to untap it. Remove. Okay. So when you first see it, it's not filled in. It's just like it looks like a white bookmark. It's on the lower right-hand corner of any picture on Instagram. What you do is you hit that and it comes up save to collection. You can't see it, but the little thing comes up that says save to collection. If you click on that, you can either save it to a collection that you already have. Like say you're designing a new master bathroom or whatever. I don't know. You can make a collection for potential coaches, and you can make a collection for potential challengers. So if you see somebody that's posting a lot of fitness, or somebody who's like, I don't know, whatever your vibe is, like whatever your thing is, if they're posting a lot about that, you can add them to like your dream team or potential coaches. If they're posting a lot of like healthy recipes or something along those lines, you can save them to challengers or coaches, however you want to do it. And then that way, like you can take like maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you go in, you take 10 minutes and you go through those people and just love on them. Just give them some love, comments, likes, all that stuff. And that will help as well.
Yeah.
But that way there's all in one spot. I like to have things in one spot. So
I've been like sending a message and like starring it. And then I go to my messages and I go to starred. And then I'll either send them a message or I'll just go to their page and like comment.
Yep, that's another good way. Yep. All good things.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have a question about anything so far?
I
Did
do.
everybody in here do like your first post?
Mhm.
Yes? Raise your hand if you did your first post. Mandy, I know you did. Ashley Wilbur, did you? Yes. Kara, you did, I know. Who? Bridget, did you?
No.
Don't call me out.
Bridget, you have to.
I know. So I have a question. So last week I had a really big week of work. I had 10-hour days each day because our work's going through some troubles right now with our facility. What would you recommend, like so I can post every day? Like, should I just do it like when I go to bed each night? What would you recommend? Because I am, my schedule is insane and it'll pick up when I start coaching college, which is in about 2 weeks. So I guess I just need some advice on that.
Yes. So we're going to have like a time management thing, and it really doesn't need to be where you're like spending an hour a day, like it could be like 10-minute spurts, and that's totally okay. And like, even if it's like, I mean, I don't know what you do or like how your life is, but like you could listen to your personal development in the car, on the way to wherever you're going. And there's one box checked, right?
Right.
You can like send invites when you're sitting on the toilet for 5 minutes. Like really, you can squeeze the time in places, and you can definitely do your post at night every night. I find that's the best time for me.
Okay.
Like that's when I get the best interaction. When I do like a great post during the day, I won't get like half as much interaction and comments than I will like when I do it at night. Pay attention to that too, you guys. Like your people try different times of day, because you should be posting every single day. So try different times of day of posting, like in the morning, if you have that luxury, right? In the morning, in the afternoon, in the nighttime, and see when you get the most interaction, and then stick to that time, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. But just take the time to write a good post for your first post. And then, like I said, like you're really busy and you're making this work, like those are your posts. Like I'm really busy, I don't have any free time, and I'm still able to like have this lunch or like do this dinner or like whatever your thing is, like do this workout. Like the only way I'd ever be able to like, stay fit is with this kind of flexibility, because my schedule is so insane. I don't even have like a minute to myself. Like that's stuff that's going to connect people like you to you, so that they'll understand that they can do it too when they may think now that it's not possible.
Okay. That sounds good.
Who has sold their first challenge pack? 1, 2. I know Amy has, Ashley has, Kara has. Well, congrats to you guys so far. That's awesome, your first week. So our goal is, everyone's goal is to sell at least 3 this month. Don't be afraid if you haven't yet sold any. It's the beginning of the month. There is so much time, but you should be working towards that every single day. And I legitimately guarantee if you print out that tracker and you do that even 5 days a week, not 7, if you do it 5 days a week, you without question will reach that goal. There's no question that it will happen. And you guys it's not something that's hard to do. It just takes discipline. Like that is it. Like we've told you guys, go in the Beachbody Champions page, look around in there. Like that can be your personal development by all means. That can be your personal development. You could go in there and watch a video every day, a different training every day, and you will learn so much. But one thing you will find is that every top coach in this business just spends time and effort every single day on it. And that's why. It's not like they're special. It's not like they're smarter than you. Nothing about them is special except that they're dedicated and consistent with this business. That is the only thing that sets, you know, 6-figure earners, multiple 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners apart from the people that quit and the people that make no money in this business. It's just being consistent with it and treating it like a business. You'll hear that a lot, like treat this business like a business and it'll pay like a business, but it's so true. Like it's so true. If you treat it like a business, you guys have so many tools being on this team that a lot of people don't have. If you just really treat it like a business, like you cannot go to bed tonight until you get your tracker checked off, period. It's my job. I can't just not do my job. Like if you think of it that way, you will build a business that you will build an income with that will change your life. So you just need to like really be consistent with it and not, because it's so easy since you're your boss in this, just not do it. It's so much easier to just not do it. And that's what most people do. You know, like that's why most people aren't successful and only a percentage are. Because it's so easy to be like, oh, I'm tired. I'll just do it tomorrow. No one's going to yell at you. No one's going to know, but your business won't grow. You know what I mean? So if like you just really set yourself up with success on this and dedicate yourself and say, no matter what, I'm checking those things that list boxes off that list every single day, you will grow your business. Like it's seriously that easy and hard all at the same time.
I have a question.
Yes.
The tracker that Liz showed us is different to the one that you had posted it. Did you just make it pretty? Yeah. It does say walker, runner, jogger.
Oh, I think the ones that are posted are the win the week ones.
Oh,
yeah.
Those the wrong ones.
No, I don't think so.
They're like the same. They're just prettier.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Let me look. I have the win the week.
We'll double check and make sure that it's like the same. Otherwise, we'll repost the one that.
Let me double check real quick.
Oh my God.
What
it
else?
doesn't, I mean, I will say this. It really doesn't matter what tracker you're using as long as you're using one. As long, it's just like with your nutrition and with your workouts. If you're not tracking what you're doing every day, you're not going to know where you're going. Like you're just going to be like that. I don't know how else to describe it. So as long as you're using a tracker, I feel like you're good. It doesn't have to be the one that I specifically showed. I think that this is like the latest and greatest. Literally over the last year, I feel like I've used at least 6 different trackers. Because like the latest and greatest one comes out and I'm like, ooh, shiny and new. I'm going to use that one.
Right.
So as long as you're using something, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll check the one that I posted and make sure it's.
I think it's this one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one I posted?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the win the week. It's still awesome.
Okay. Good. Awesome. Does anybody else have questions? You can just shout them out when you do.
I do have a question.
Tell us.
Okay, so I must have sent out like 10 email links this week,
Okay.
and I've talked to Ashley about this, and I feel like I'm having a hard time when I when I do it as a coach, instead of a customer, and now I've been backing it up with what Ashley told me to do, saying, you know, I signed you up as a coach. It's just for VIP, for the discounts, for the discounted shipping,
Right.
and you can cancel at any time. But I still feel like these people are not interested in it once you put the coach in it.
You definitely don't have to do that.
Okay.
You don't have to sign everybody up as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
You totally don't. I don't sign everybody up as a coach. Like
Okay.
I don't do that. Like that's like a technique that some people use and some people don't. I don't. I sign a lot of people up as just clients. If you feel like that's where you're like stumbling, then don't do that. Just send them the link as a client.
Okay.
By all means, that's still excellent. And then as they, you know, if they continue to get shakes and stuff, it'll make sense to have that conversation. But you don't have to do it. If that, especially if that's like the part that where you're having trouble, I would just skip it for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah. So if I happen to find somebody who wants to join the group. Oh,
Yeah.
am I frozen?
No. You're not. You're good. Oh, now you're frozen.
Yeah, she is.
Sorry.
Oh, there you go. You're good.
Yeah, there's a bad storm here. My internet keeps cutting out. So if I find people that want to join a challenge group, I've never run a challenge group. Can I just put them into your group, Melissa?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I have to ask you first, or I can just do it?
You can just do it.
Okay.
But then do an intro for them.
Yep.
Like, hey, Susan just joined.
Welcome. So, oh my God.
Yeah, like that. Cool. And you guys also, I don't know if you guys are like aware of the info group, but we have like that info group where you can add people and tag them. It's called the Lowdown. I don't know if you guys are in it, and if you want to do it this way, but you can ask your coach to put you in it. But it's a group that has, it's, right now it only has Lift 4 and To Be Mindset in it, right? And so if you're talking to somebody and they're like, I want to do, like, I want more information on like the nutrition program, you could add them to that group and tag them in the video, like in one of the videos that explains what it is, and then follow up with them. So it kind of takes out any of the you explaining what the program is. I'm echoing right now. So you don't have to try and explain. Why am I? Okay. You don't have to try and explain what the program is. So if they're like, oh, wait, I want to know about that nutrition program that you posted about, right? Then you say, let me add you to the info group. I'm going to tag you in a video where they're where the nutritionist explains about it. And then I'm going to send you, like, when you're done watching the video, send me a message. So you add them to this group. Then there's a video of Alana explaining it all. You tag them in that video and say, like, hey, Susan, this is the group I told you about. Watch this video. And when you're done, send me a message. And if you don't hear from them by the next day, you send them a message like, hey, did you watch the video? And then by then they already know what it is. And the same thing for Lift. You could add them to that group, tag them in the Lift video, and say, like, if they're like, I want to know more about that 4-day program. If you feel like you're stumbling explaining things, tag them in that and say, I'm going to put you in this info group we made because we had so much interest in this program. I'm going to tag you in a video. After you watch it, send me a message and we'll talk. So then tag them in the video, and then the next day if you don't hear from them, you send them a message and say, hey, did you get to watch that video about, the 4-day program? And then they'll know what the program's about, and then basically you'll probably just have to talk price at that point if they want to do it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay. Because the idea of that is like you don't need to have all the conversation and the words to explain what each of these programs are when you're new and it's hard to keep it short. So it's like eliminating that step for you. Like you're doing the post, you're getting interest, and then you're putting them in this info group where they're going to see transformation pictures. They're going to get to meet the trainer or the nutritionist. It's going to be, they get to see the video that was like professionally put together by marketing people. And then you get to come in at that point,
I have another question, Melissa.
Yes.
When someone asks you, do you have some information you can send me? Is that what we should be sending them, the videos?
I would say, let me tag you in this info group and I'll tag you in a video that explains everything.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can also send a video, but make sure it's like the right video. So if they're like, can you send me something on it? I would say, sure, want me to send you a quick video? And then if they say yes, I would go to YouTube and I would put like Lift 4, Joel Freeman, or whatever the program is, and make sure it's like short, like 3 minutes or less. Make sure it's by Beachbody and not like another coach. And then watch it. Make sure it's good. And if it is good, save that link in your notes in your phone. So next time this comes up, you send that same exact video to somebody. You never have to like do that hunt again.
Mm-hmm.
And so send the video, be like, here's a video. It's 3 minutes. It kind of goes over everything. Watch it. Let me know if you have questions. So excited to get you started. That's it. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Anybody else? Don't be afraid.
So I just want to tell you all something fun that happened to me today.
Yes.
I post all the time about my world. I started out as just an 80-day obsession person and then became a coach recently. So obviously I'm proof. So it's really fun. So walking around Target, and I recently made like kind of my big coming out post. And this woman that I barely know sees me in Target and she's like, you are such an inspiration. I went to town on me at Target about how great she thought it was. So I will be emailing her this evening and telling her all about how she can join me. Cause she was like, it's gotten something fired up inside me. So just when you think like no one's reacting to your stuff,
yeah,
they actually are. So just walk around Target for hours, I guess. See who you can find.
It's so true though. Like people will follow you that you have no idea. They'll never comment. They'll never like it.
Right. She's never liked any of my photos. Like we are just kind of like casual, like our kids go to school with their friends.
Yep. And then you'll be like, for me, it's happened. Like I'll be in like, good, Amy just asked, I approved you in that group. You'll be in like the coffee shop in my town, which is New York City. And somebody will be like, oh my God, I follow you on Instagram and like I've watched your story and like you have no idea about all these people whose lives you're like affecting that you never have ever said a word to. So remember that. And it's so true. Like one of these videos we just watched, and you guys maybe watched it too. I don't even remember where it came from, but it was about, Liz, you could tell if you remember where this came from. I feel like you watched whatever I'm going to say right now. So about like, you feel like you're drilling, like you're doing like a well. Did you watch this? It's like so you're like, you have a brand new well, right? This is like a really, really good, I feel like, way to think of things in this business. And you're like drilling to get this like new water well. I'm not familiar with wells in my world, but I guess this makes sense in that world. So you're like drilling this like well, and I guess when you need a well, I guess you drill to get to the water. I don't know, right? I guess so. So you're like, you feel like you're drilling and drilling and drilling, and that's what this business is. Like you're doing your post, you're sending your invites, you're working towards it over and over again, and it's like there's no water coming. Like there's nothing showing up, and you're like, what the fuck? Like I keep doing this thing. I'm drilling and drilling. I'm working. Day after day, I'm checking off everything on this tracker, and there's no water in my well. And then you'll get like a drip of water. And some coaches, there's like two kinds of people, AKA two kinds of coaches. And one will be like, oh my God, I got like the water's finally here. I'm so excited. And they take it as like a sign of like the water's going to start flowing now. I just have to keep doing the drilling, right? Which is the posting and the liking and the commenting and the friending and the whatever we're doing, our trackers, right? And they know it's going to happen. Then other people are like, I just did all of that drilling and all I got was a drop of water, and then they quit, right? So there's like these two people. You can choose where you are, right? When you get that drop of water, and I know when I think of this, I was that person. Like I got that drop of water and I was like, holy shit, like this is a real thing. Like this is going to happen. This is happening. Like I remember when I got my first $14 Team Cycle bonus, and I like was so happy. I was like, whoa, I just got $14 for my Team Cycle bonus, which sounds like nothing, but to me it was the beginning. Like I knew it was the beginning of something that was going to be great. So just like, remember you guys, right now you're drilling in your well. Like that's what you have to do in this business. You have to drill to get to the water. And when you get that first beginning, remember that's the beginning of what can be if you keep drilling, you know? So just remember that. And don't think that one post, if your one post didn't do well, that your business won't do well. Like this business is not built on one post. Never will it be. Never. Like I'm sure if I go back to my first post ever, there was probably not a like, a comment, or anything, right? And who cares? It's all about becoming that person that people are going to look to for like advice, for tips, for tricks, for whatever your thing is, for recipes, for time saving tips, for fashion. They're going to look at your page for things that are valuable in their life. So just remember that. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions or comments before we go? You'll get more training on Monday, which is tomorrow. And I think it's me, but it may not be. I have to look at the calendar. I might be training you, and it might be somebody else tomorrow. But we basically picked out of the leaders on our team, the people that like were really good at those specific topics. That's who you're hearing from. So we tried to break it down into ways where like you would hear from an expert on that, right? So, anybody questions? Last before we go? Yes, Sharon. Oh, you're muted. Hold on, I'm unmuting you. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
It's not a question, it's just a comment. I totally just took a picture of my computer screen and I'm going to post that saying awesome team call.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's what you should do. I'm going to make everybody smile. You can take another picture after everybody.
Oh, all right.
Okay, you guys. On my broken phone. Do something fun. Show everybody how much fun we're having. Yay! Awesome. Okay. Any questions at all before we go? I'm so happy you guys joined the call. It might have recorded, it might not. It's always a gamble. Who knows? But next week, same time, same place. You'll get assignments all week. If you have questions, you can ask them during the week, of course, but sometimes it's easier to have, FaceTime to do it. I might be leading the call. I may not be leading the call. I'm not really sure. But whoever is more than capable of answering everybody's questions. So we're very excited you guys are here. This is the beginning. Keep drilling. It really, 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 really is an opportunity that can change your whole life. I guarantee it. Okay? Adios, amigas. Good night.